Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Snake, those born in the year of the snake. This month is the first month that I've been doing Chinese zodiac readings, although I have already been doing Western and Chinese zodiac combinations. I haven't done any snakes yet, so if you're a Pisces snake or an Aries, Taurus, Capricorn snake and you want me to do one of those readings, comment down below. Now, I've already done the Western Zodiac monthlies, so there's a link for the playlist in the description below. Down there also is the link to the Facebook group for this channel, where you can contact me directly through the inbox if you're wanting a personal reading. Obviously, I post these videos, astrology videos, the odd documentary. There's other readers, especially when they've got something really poignant to say. And please, that's a rare occurrence, so don't be offended if you're a reader out there and I haven't posted one of your videos, as I don't do a lot of them. Because now that I'm producing, I don't seem to have time to watch any of them anymore. So, as a general reading rules apply. Timing is not absolute. This is for June 2020, as in it is published in June 2020. Hopefully it is for June 2020, but if you're led to it later, then probably it was relevant for you in some way, shape or form. It is a guidance reading. I'm tempted to say take it as it resonates rather than take what resonates, because it either is for you or it isn't. There isn't so much of a past and present in this. Well, there is a bit of a present, but there isn't a past in this reading. But if the present doesn't fit, it's not for you. Come back next month, have a look at your Western, have a look at your sun, moon, rising on the Western. Next readings that will be coming up, full moon lunar eclipse. I'm really looking forward to that because it's our first lunar eclipse since Christmas, and it's right in front of the galactic center and in line with the great attractor. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And the following day, moon conjuncts galactic center precisely. So again, great attractor, all of that. But that's the moon conjuncting galactic center under the light of the full moon. So yeah, they're going to be slightly different readings because there'll be different spreads. But with all of those and with this one, I would like you to ask a question beforehand. Take a moment, pause the video if you have to, think about all of the questions that are going around you at the moment. Pick one of them and focus upon it. Focus because it gives energy to the process that hopefully I will give back to you, or the universe will find a way to give you your answer one way or another. But be aware of all of the questions, because the cards will answer whatever they please and not necessarily what you or I think is the most important question. Right, I think that's all my waffle, apart from I forgot to mention I'll be doing Mars conjunct Neptune readings as well, which just like Dragon may come in for you, because every single card in each deck wanted to come out for you, Snake. So this is supposed to be basically a 9-card reading. 3 of these, 3 of these, and 3 of these. So 3 extra of the in-between tarot, 1 extra of, I don't know what it's called, I just call it my massive tarot, and 2 extra Rider-Waite, 2 devil cards, so extra cards to clarify them as well. But I think where I'm going to start is the hexagram. We have hexagram number 8, which is holding together water above and earth below. It is the nature of individual drops of water to merge and become one. When water flows freely over the earth, it finds other water to join with it. In the same way, individual people seek to belong to a greater whole. Holding together as a community will achieve greater success than standing alone. Be constant and strong, and others will join. And there was a reason that I wanted to start with that one precisely, because I feel that, well, I've got the song in my head, Oh yeah, Let's Face the Music and Dance is a song, but it's that first line, there may be trouble ahead. Don't worry, I won't sing anymore. Um, and there may indeed be trouble ahead. You have the Five of Wands on the bottom of one of the decks. Nine of Swords reversed on the Rider-Waite, well, the double, because I don't deal with reversed cards. My brain doesn't like it. So it's two decks mixed together, one dignified, one reversed. Otherwise, my brain just does not accept reversed cards at all. But I would normally go from the feelings from them anyway. But this Nine of Swords reversed is telling me that there is a rejection of something that is causing you stress, something that is causing you torment, something that makes you go, no, no more. Because at the very start, behind the scenes of what you have manifested, it's led you into a situation where you are requiring strength. You are requiring strength. Now, this is a weird thing. This strength and the Queen of Wands. Now, this is the tarot of the New Vision. Now, this is all the scene from behind all the Rider-Waite. It's my idea with Rider-Waite and the in-between tarot and the tarot of the New Vision sort of give an attempt of a 360-degree vision, because the in-between tarot is exactly that. Cards that sit in between the cards. Like, this is the card between the Five and the Six of Wands, or between the Star and the Moon. There is a challenge coming. The Five of Wands makes it a little more mental, a little more argumentative to start off with. But I feel that because you are in a caring role, a nurturing role of some form, or there is something that you are really caring about, you are deciding to head off on your own, Ace of Wands with the Four of Swords, to confront a source of anxiety. This Seven of Wands is purely defensive. It doesn't really feel like you are meeting with your peers, like I'll sometimes say for the Seven of Wands. This is you standing your ground going, no, no more. And this is emphasised by that Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands here, that extra one that wanted to pop out. But you are also facing a sense of immense anxiety. But I love this particular, I do like the Eight of Swords. It's one of my favourite cards. This one, there is a beautiful pattern of the swords. There's just one bit missing, which is the Ace of Swords in the middle, which on this deck you see in the Nine of Swords, which I very much see as a rebirth card. And that's what that... Well, if anything, this Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, sorry, here, it's just slightly out of camera. Let me extend my camera a little. And move it. Okay, it's still not in camera, is it? There we go. It's still not in camera, so there we go. It should be in camera now, just there on the bottom of the deck. It's almost like you're saying, no, I don't need a rebirth. I don't have to have a rebirth. I'm doing what I feel is right to start off with. Why would I require a rebirth? Because this, like I say, you're surging ahead initially on your own, but by surging ahead on your own, I worry that you may end up, even though what you're caring for is the source of your action, there's a chance that you could end up neglecting what you're caring for because you take this action. We have the Five of Pentacles here. Now, this is obviously the scene from inside the church, where a janitor or a guy with only, or a guy with his right leg amputated below the knee, or both, is looking after a young child under the light of the church. Now, bear in mind, they're out of the wind and the rain and the coldness that's outside. But there's still that emphasis of the idea of some form of lack and some form of poverty with this. But this is clarifying that you are the ace to the two of swords, that you are surging ahead bravely to confront whatever it is that you're going to confront. And look at this centurion here. I mean, it's almost sword in the stone. This is your mission. This is what you want to do, come what may. But it's not exactly paying attention to your environment, bearing in mind that that's the two of swords right behind him there. What to me is missing here is working with others. That's on your own. That's definitely on your own. Four of Swords. Knight of Wands, Seven of Wands. Pretty much on your own. You know, and fighting your ground. And rightly so. But there is a dream for you to take. I mean, I feel like this... If you are one of the people who are involved in the movement in the United States regarding the murder of George Floyd, for example, this would be a perfect reading for you, but you have to get together with the other people that are working. Whatever it is, you have something to offer. You have definitely got something to offer here. But the world will open up. This is what the Wheel to Justice is telling me, that the world will open up to you if you are broadcasting your dream, your love, with this Knight of Cups. Now, what you've got going on in the middle here is really interesting. It's almost like, so this is the Five of Wands going to the Six of Wands. So the conflict is resolved. And what they specify this to be in the book is receiving an award, but keeping a very wary eye out. And I wouldn't be surprised of keeping a wary eye out, since the pair of them are surrounded by a load of spectral figures with glowing eyes. Now, glowing eyes in fiction, love them. You know, I'm a geek. I watch my cartoons, I watch my sci-fi movies, I read my comics. Glowing eyes are fine, perfectly acceptable. Not in the real world. Really, really would be a little bit freaky in the real world. And I feel like this bonus or this award or this benefit that's coming to you is almost what you need to declare victory over when you get to that Six of Wands, because it got clarified by the Devil. And if you've watched any of my readings before, you know I always like to clarify the Devil card. So this award, or challenging this award, whichever, because I mean, this could be that a sum of money comes your way and you decide to channel it in a certain direction, which would be fine, because it offers you a new beginning. But with this Devil, I really do get the feeling of the chains, the limitations, of the being... Now this is interesting. Being held back from the fires of transformation. So this couple here who are happily chained by the Devil, because remember, they can take those chains off anytime they like, are using those chains as an excuse not to transform, not to step into the flame. And straight after the Fool, we get this new beginning after the award. Five of Swords, conflict again, harsh conflict, nasty words, messages being thrown around. So that can be gossip, that can be slander, that could be really, really nasty stuff being said between you and whoever has just given you this award, or you and whatever cause it is that you are trying to stand up against. You know, not the cause you're fighting for, the cause you're fighting against. But That is then followed, interestingly, by the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So it's almost like receive the award, get the new beginning, face off with this cause, whatever it is, and that in itself brings wish fulfillment and a stable base to be working from, enabling you to broadcast your idea or give your love offer, Knight of Cups, broadcast your idea further. Now, that is not the end of the story, but there is a real nice bit of wish fulfillment there. So whether you accept this award or not, do not accept the chains that come with it. You know, if it's a large sum of money, but if only if you do so-and-so, then you have the space to say no. Because the other way of reading these cards is you saying no is the new beginning, which causes the conflict, but again ends you up in a better place. Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, wish fulfillment and stable environment. Because the world is going to give you a stage to broadcast your idea, but that's when things start turning a bit weird. These three that fell out, and they did not want to go back into the deck, so I was like, all right, I'll keep them to one side. So we've got the Lovers to the Chariot, the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords, and the Star to the Moon. Now, I'm just going to grab Lovers to the Chariot because it slipped out of my... Right, yeah, I knew it was relevant because your defensive strategy, this you're working on your own, this card represents tension about defensive strategies. So that it's almost do we stay or do we run? But... notice how everyone on this card is, I mean, they're posing like it's, like they're wanting Boris Vallejo to paint them, or it's it's for this month's cover of Barbarian Vogue. You know, there's a certain amount of that transformation is there ready. The spear and the wheel just... you have to know the right time to do things. I'm not saying that there's an element of too soon, but I think you rushing off on your own, you may find too much resistance and maybe not quite the right time, not until you bring other people into here. Because there is a new beginning if you work at it, but this is under the light of the moon. Now, if you notice on this particular card, I'll come back to these in a moment. On this particular card, there is someone walking. This is not quite from the back of the moon card, but there's someone walking towards the dog and the wolf out of the lake, which again, there's that Arthurian imagery. You know, there's the taking Excalibur from the stone, the sword in the stone, and now there's this knight coming out of the lake, almost to it almost looks like he's carrying a leash to try and get the tame dog and the wild wolf onto his side. But the Cancer, the crab, makes me feel that it has to be a more defensive action. Now, while you're debating your defensive strategies, Eight of Swords is the calm before... well, Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords is the calm before the storm. And it is that time of rejecting that Nine of Swords. It is that time of saying, no, no more. I'm not putting up with this. I mean, you have that energy, but you've just got to be careful about where you end up with that energy. And this is why I really think the power of that hexagram is important, because snakes are known for going to do what they was going to go and do, come what may, no matter what, with the changing circumstances. But we have, from the Oracle decks, being in the flow. I am in the flow of the universe. And if you're involved in the cause that I just suggested, then there's other people involved. If this is a more personal matter, then there is still the opportunity to work alongside people. Because things will get worse before they get better, because the star to the moon is saying, oh, how did they put it? It's hope for the future, start of the moon. Hope changes to fear of the unknown. You know, and there's so much energy that you've got at the start that you need to keep, some form of tether to other people, so that you're not going ahead too far or too strongly on your own. Because Five of Swords down here, so conflict again, because it's almost like, I think your initial approach, right reasons, shaky ground, which explains that Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Cups here. You do need to keep a tether to something, even if someone is almost like trying to give you something to pacify you and keep you out of the way. You need to keep a tether to somebody, because alone you don't want to dive into those fires of transformation until the right moment. Because on the bottom of the In-Between Tarot deck, we have Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands, which is basically get ready for liftoff. It's a student graduating from university, and then, it's a student graduating from university, and then after the university graduation ceremony even, that they're going out and throwing their hat up once more while they're met by their partner, father, whatever, who is holding, this is the Page of Wands waiting for them, who is holding a brand new torch for them to, Knight of Wands waiting for them. Which is holding a brand new torch for them to grab. Also, from the other decks, now, if these two don't work in harmony with one another, we have the Education card and Professional Assistance. So it's almost like, yeah, you want to dive into whatever it is that you want to dive into, but yes, the right amount of force. Yes, strike while the iron is hot, but don't do too much without getting advice. Or tell somebody who knows what they're doing, what you're doing, so that they can advise you while you are doing it. You know, so even if you're not giving them that much warning, give them enough warning for them to be on the phone or whatever going, and now left, no, the other left, you know, whatever. So yes, that's what I'll call the reading, the other left. This ends well, and it ends with a lot of work for you. There's a lot of confusion that will be lifted towards the end of this, but as I say, it's going to get worse before it gets better. But this devil, the traditional Rider-Waite devil, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, and then with the Queen of Wands, Two of Swords. Yeah, this episode is not over at the end of the reading. There is certainly, I feel like it will come back to, not come back on you, but come back to haunt you later. But you are meant to prepare once the confusion is lifted. But this devil is a wonderful amount of forward motion, but it's Capricorn energy, it's structure, it's building the defense, building the attack. That takes time, that takes professional advice. And the other thing is that I'm seeing, it's not quite Baphomet on the card, but I am seeing Baphomet as in the Templar interpretation of Baphomet, as that hermaphroditic, source of wisdom, source of learning, source of knowledge. So again, because this is clarified here Queen of Wands, so you're manifesting what you're wanting to, but Two of Swords, there's something that you're quite remaining blind to. But the message with the Two of Swords here is Halfas. Builds towers and provides weapons and ammunition. Sends soldiers to appointed places. Halfas plans. Halfas provides strategy. That might as well be a Rider-Waite Seven of Swords card to indicate that strategy. This is a long-term event that's going on. This fight that you're going on, it's a life-changing fight, and it's a good one. We've got on the bottom of the Tarot, the New Vision, we've got the Hierophant. So it's saying that this is going along the lines of your spiritual purpose. It's also saying make sure that you stay within the lines of your spiritual purpose, spiritual code, spiritual good. You know, so don't do, as passionate as you are, do not allow yourself to be compromised and tied in any way, shape or form. Now, the Tao Te Ching, we got the first verse, so again indicative of a whole new period. So what new start cards have we got? We've got the Ace of Swords with clarity and forging ahead with bravery. Well, Ace to the 2. We've got the Ace of Pentacles under some form of illusion, but also coming away after unifying something, which is what that Lovers card, Lovers to Chariots card also indicates. There is a bonus with unifying with somebody in these efforts that you are trying to put forward. So, to see the mysterious. The Tao that can be named is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be spoken is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. The named is the mother of all creatures. Observe the mysteries of the Tao without longing. Survey its appearance with desire. Both mysteries and appearance come from the same origin, but wear a different name. They are enigmatic. The greatest mystery is the gate to all mysteries. This is indicating to me, as well as that Two of Swords implicit in that card, Two of Swords here. There are things going on here that you are not aware of, and you probably won't be aware of for quite some time. That's okay. Go with the flow. Go with the flow includes unifying with someone. You don't have to fight everybody. You may have to fight somebody, whatever that means. Politically, argumentatively, hopefully not physically, but there is some form of defensive action and conflict coming up. Five of Swords here, Five of Wands here. You need to be prepared for it. That's what I could call the reading, couldn't I? Prepare for conflict. Cheers. And there's me saying cheers, and I forgot to say, if this means anything to you, Snake, please do comment down below. In fact, join the Facebook group, let us know what's going on, and hey, if we can help, let's help. Now I can say cheers.